Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and Cade Meal Falsher to the channel and Slauncher, and a happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. We will be having a look at Feeling Lucky today. Now, this has come in from, well, it was sent to us by Full Deck and Missing a Few Cards, who I believe run a variant Sudoku constructing class at Clemson, and we are very lucky that we occasionally get the cream of the crop from that class. And this one is by Scaly Griffin and Glitch Horse, for whom I'm sure in both cases it's debut on the channel. Those are quite strange animals that we haven't featured before. But look at the fantastic shamrock in the grid, and some grass and gold coins, all part of the Irish legend as well. I'm wearing green. This is St. Patrick's Day. This is what we're going to be doing, and really looking forward to it. I was hearing recently that everybody in Britain can find out that they're Irish if they just trace back far enough. I'm not sure that that's true in my ancestry, but of course I am Irish by marriage, I guess, so good enough. And really looking forward to giving this a go. Now, first of all, there are very few days left to have a go at Evening Attractions, the Patreon Sudoku hunt that is March's reward. 3 days, I think, before you have to get that in, 4 p.m. on the 20th. Well done to those people who've done it already. There are plenty of you, and we are very impressed. Also on Patreon, Simon's solve of Emery Calotaglue's extraordinary puzzle, my solve of Roger Phillips's rather brilliant Times monthly club special Cryptic. There's always some extra content knocking around on Patreon. Do check it out. And there's all of our apps which feature Line Sudoku and Thermo Sudoku, amongst others. The links under the video will take you to all of those, as well as our merch, which has just been updated slightly. Do check that out. And we've also, of course, got Sven's SUDOKU PAD linked under there. But the first link is to this puzzle, and it's called, of course, Feeling Lucky. And I'm going to read the rules. Basically, it's normal Sudoku rules, 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Along a green line along a lime green line, let's call it Kelly green for the purposes of this puzzle. German whisper, the digits that are adjacent along this line, so like those two, must differ by at least 5. So you could put 1 and 6 in there, or 4 and 9, but not 3 and 7. Now, on these are slightly different greens down here, digits, these are thermos, digits on the sage green thermos increase from the bulb to the tip, so they get bigger as we go down. And then there are 4 gold coins, or yellow circles, which contain odd digits. Give it a try. It's a brilliant design, really impressive. I mean, a 4-leaf clover, that's why we're feeling lucky. Actually, I suppose it's not a shamrock, is it? Because a shamrock does have 3 leaves, whereas a 4-leaf clover has 4. Anyway, it is nonetheless a very symbolic Irish puzzle, and I'm looking forward to trying it. I'm going to restart my clock. Let's get cracking. So, very slight update on the throat. I have not been getting better until perhaps a little bit today, when there is at least some movement in terms of sort of throat infection or streaming cold that I've had, and hopefully you won't be subjected to anything nasty. Now, what I've done is coloured the alternate digits along this green line. So what happens on a green German whisper line, you can never put 5 on them, therefore every digit is either higher than 5 or lower than 5, and they must alternate along the line to maintain the difference required. Also, I will point out that you can never put 4 or 6 in a cell where its 2 neighbours see each other. So these can't be those monogamous 4 or 6 digits. And this one sees 3 different digits on the line. So that is quite extreme. I would say that is 1, 2, 8, or 9. So the colours I've done, I've done half of the cells in purple, not quite half actually, there's more greens than purple. But I've done alternating cells in purple and the others in green. And my plan is to find out which one of those is a high digit and which one is a low digit. And that way we will know what we call the polarity of those cells. Now, I note that all 4 greens have gone in box 8, this is, sorry. The way that this works is because there are 4 digits higher than 5 and 4 digits lower than 5, if we keep colouring the whole grid in green and purple, and I don't know if we'll do that yet, we will end up with 4 greens and 4 purples in every row, column and 3x3 box, as well as 1 uncoloured 5. And I'm a bit stuck at that point. Okay, these three are non-monogamous in column 5. They all have dual partners that see each other on the line. That one even has 3. So this is either a set of 1, 2, 3 or a set of 7, 8, 9. That's probably going to help more once I know which is high or low. I think I'm going to have to use the thermos. Right. Where does 1 go in the bottom row? It doesn't go on a thermo cell that is not a bulb. That's a rule, basically. So 1 is in one of those 2 cells, and now that's not a 1 in the box. Now that is advancing the case for green to represent low digits. And in case you're thinking that neither of those can be 4, I'm afraid that either of them could be 4. If that's a 4, those 2 are 9, and if that's a 4, those 2 are 9. It's fine because those digits don't see each other. So maybe I should carry on this thought about 1s. The 1 in row 8 is going to be in one of those cells. And the 1 in row 7, I don't know, one of those 4. It doesn't actually figure itself out for me. If that was a 1, then purple would be low. This would be, no, look, that can't be a 1 because then purple would be low and this trio couldn't exist because they would have to be 1, 2, 3. That's lovely. Okay, that's good. So that is not a 1. And now we know, oops, not a 1 I said. Now we know that this is a 1 in the bottom row, and we know that green is low, and we can change it to blue, which I recognize from history as low, and orange can be high. And then we can take out 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3 out of those, and they are a 7, 8, 9 triple. Now this cell, it's getting close to being a naked single. It sees all the low digits in its box, even though we've only filled in 1 digit in the puzzle. But it also sees 7, 8, 9 in the column. So that is 5 or 6 now. This is a 2, 3, 4 set. We can't have 4 in the middle where its 2 neighbours do see each other. So we have to have 4 in one of these cells where its 2 neighbours must include that cell, which is now a 9. And one of these 2 must be 9 in the row as well. And everything else in this box is higher than 4. I'm never afraid to do a bit of excessive pencil marking. In fact, these cells which touch either 2, 3 or 4 are from 7, 8 or 9. This is a lovely start to the puzzle, by the way. Very neatly done. Okay, so we're going to have to put 2 on the bottom row somewhere. That is going to have to be on one of these little lollipops, or rather, well, whatever they are, grass stems. And the 1 is going to be directly above it. So in one of these columns, we have 1 directly above 2. Now that would be very interesting if it was in either of these 2 highlighted columns. Because then this digit, which is low, up higher in the column, would have to be a 3. That has 2 neighbours that see each other, whichever side it's on, so it couldn't be 4. Now, alternatively, that would be 1 or 2, 1 and 2 on this lollipop. That's the third possibility. And then these are 3 and 4. And that doesn't work. Now, that's really interesting to me. I don't think that works, because if you were to put 3 and 4 in these cells, the 4, oh no, maybe it does. The 4, which wherever it is, would be surrounded by 9s. And then the 3 would have to be surrounded by 8s, because the 9s for the column would be gone. Okay, so I have not managed to work out quite where 1 and 2 are on these lollipops, but they're on them somewhere. I am going to pencil mark across boxes because I don't want to kind of forget the knowledge gained at this point. Now, what about this row? We've used 2, 3 and 4 and 9. 1 is either there or there. Everything else in the row is higher than 4. Oh, that's really interesting. So these ones on the outside are from 5, 6, 7. Well, they can't be 8. They are 5, 6 or 7, and we can pencil mark their thermos, because you must go up to 6, 7 or 8, then 7, 8 or 9. Now, look, this looks like a quintuple in row 8 to me. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is. For some reason, only one of them can be 9, and I can fill in a 9 here. Isn't that weird? I mean, it's for the reasons of thermos, basically. Anyway, that's now not 9. That's not 8 on the thermo. And now the... Oh no, I was going to say the 8 in the row must be on the outside. Not necessarily true. But I'm going to colour these cells orange. All of those are definitely high digits. We've still got 2, 3 and 4 to find places for in row 9. I have a feeling they have to be on the 2-cell lollipops, but I don't know that for sure. Does this have to be a 1 for some reason? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Because in this row, we have 1 5th digit from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to put in. If we were to put it there, if you put any of 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 there, these two would both be orange because they'd have to be higher, and that would be too many oranges. That can't, no, that has to be the 1 because we can't afford to put the high digit there. So this is the last high digit, 5, 6, 7 or 8. That's now a quintuple in this box of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now these are 1, 2, 3 and 4. We know that the 1 in row 8 has the 2 below it. So these two cells are 1 and 3, and these two are 2 and 4, with 1 on 2 and 3 on 4. This is no longer pencil mark necessary. We do need a 3 in one of these cells, and therefore a 2 above it on its thermo, but that could be on either of the thermos. Now the other cells we're going to have over here are a 4 in row 8 and a higher digit below. I'm going to leave it pencil marked like that for now. Now, so we've either got this situation where that's 1, 2 or that's 1, 2. If that's 1, 2, this is a 3 and these cells are 9 and 8. If that's 1, 2, these cells are 3 and 4. And again, sorry, not those cells are 3 and 4. And again, these two can only be selected from 9 and 8. So that is now an 8, 9 pair. That can't be 8. These thermo bulbs, I don't know, they just have, they could be as much as 6. Ah, these are in a column with a 1 definitely in it. I haven't got that many 1s marked. But both in that column and that column, well, I was going to write 2, 3 or 4. This digit can't be a 4 because its neighbours see each other. Oh, and look, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad. I should do some colouring down here, shouldn't I? That might actually help me spot things. There we go, there's a little bit. Anyway, we've got this quad going on. So, can that be a 4? It would need 9 there and 9 there. This is 2 or 3 and surrounded by 7, 8 or 9. That much I know. This one also surrounded by 7, 8 or 9. This digit 1, 2 or 3. I mean, I suppose that one is as well. Can't be a 4 because they can't both be 9. Just refreshing that in my mind, if nowhere else. There's no harm actually in marking up some of these cells now. And that pretty much has marked up all of the known German whisper cells. This is a 5, isn't it, in this row, because everything else is in a 6, 7, 8 triple. So that's a 5. That now becomes 6. This is not 6. Does that do anything else? 7, 8, 9 triple in the bottom row. So this is now a 3, 5 pair. And that's not 5. So we can run that up the thermo. We've got a 7, 8, 9 triple. That's actually 6. Which comes out of these two cells, which are a 5, 7 pair. Now, 6 in this row is known. It's there. That's putting 5 on the thermo. How far did that get me? That's 7's slightly interesting. Now, this is an odd digit that is not in an 8, 9 pair, is not 7. And look, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad in the column as well. We've only got 5 and 6 to fill in. That is odd and must be a 5 on the gold coin there. That's presumably a kind of leprechaun reference, the gold coin. One of those is a 6. Now, what about this? No, I don't know. It's not 5. That's all I know now. So on the thermo here, a blue 1, 2, 3 or 4. To avoid that being blue, it would have to be a 5, but it could be the 4th blue in its row, as far as I can tell. One, two, oh, that's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quad, so this is 5. That makes this 3, that makes this 2, and then we get 4 done. Might as well colour that blue. Actually, this colouring has been more helpful. Look, there, I get a 1 by Sudoku. That stops this being a 1, which doesn't do anything. If I knew whether that was 2 or 3, I'd know which of these lollipops was 1, 2 and which was 3, 4. But I don't think I do know yet. 5, 1, 4, 2, 3. We've got a 6 to put in this column and only one place to put it. Do I know what this is? I know it's very high, 7, 8 or 9. And that completes the 3 high in its column, but it also completes the 3 high in its row. Now, in the row, therefore, where that's already high, just spotting a couple more high digits I should have marked, this sees all of the high digits and 5 in the column, so that's definitely low. But I'm not quite sure where 5 goes in the rest of the row. One of these two is a 6 and is the last high digit. So these are all from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. I'm going to go mad and pencil mark that because I find it quite interesting. This odd one obviously can't be 2 or 4. There's an odd over here as well. But I don't know that that can't be high yet. It would be very useful if I did, but that's not given. One of these is a 9. That's just Sudoku telling me that. That digit appears somewhere here. Okay, maybe let's focus on columns 2 and 3. Again, can this be a 4-3 pair? If that was a 1-2 lollipop down here, this is a 4-3 pair. And if that's a 4, these are both 9s. And that's not possible. This probably hasn't been possible for a while. I've only just worked it out. So if that was the 1, 2 lollipop, you'd have 3 and 4 in these cells. I've already worked out that this would have to be the 4 because that has neighbours that see each other. And that could be the 4 with 9s there and there. But what would happen here? This would be a 3. And these 2 cells couldn't be 9s because we'd have the 9s for the columns down here. So they'd both have to be 8s. But that won't fly because they're in the same box. So this is not the 1, 2 lollipop. The 1, 2 lollipop is in column 3. This is the 3, 4 lollipop. And that is much less restrictive on those 2 cells. But we've got much more helpful on this, which now has to be a 3. Now, this gold coin sees 1, 3 and 5 in the row. So that's 7 or 9. And that's forming a triple with these ones down here. And making everything else low in the column. But low, unfortunately, includes up to 5 in that definition. So I haven't quite completed my quadruple or quartet of lows in row 6, but we're making some good progress, so I'm not too concerned. We're doing okay. 1, 2, 3 here. There's definitely a 6 in one of those. These are from 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Okay, and these, all of these whisper things now are a bit unconstrained. They're not actually helping me much anymore. Oh, neither of these can be a 4 since that stopped being able to be a 9. This is 2 or 3, and this one 1, 2 or 3. I don't know. If this was a... Well, one of these is a 2 and one of them is a 3. Whichever one is a 3... Oh no, I was going to say is surrounded by 8s, but it could be surrounded by 9s. That digit is the same as that because there's a 7, 8, 9 triple in the box and in the column. So those two are the same, and it appears somewhere down here. This looks like a 5, 6 pair in column 3 that I had not clocked before. No, it's not. One of those cells is a 5, but 6 is down here, so that was just nonsense. Oh, where's the next breakthrough place? I honestly don't know. Don't quite know where to look. Oh, there's an 8, 9 pair in the bottom row. That's probably significant. This is a 7. That's an 8. That is significant. That's significant because it makes this a 7. And that stops 3 appearing in those cells by the German whisper rule. So we get 2 there, 1 there. This is now not a 2. 2 and 1 in the row puts 3 or 4 in the corner. 3, 4, 5 in the other corner. This one also is from 3, 4, 5. Now, what was that 7 done? Or the 1? Yes, 1, 1. I can place 1 in the central box. 2, no. 1, 9, 8, 6, 7. I'm looking up the central column now. That's 2 or 4. One is definitely in one of those 2 cells, not very powerful. 9, probably in one of those 2, but it could be there, not sure. I feel like we've got most of the information out of the puzzle and the rest ought to be Sudoku. Oh look, I've got an 8 there, that makes this a 7. That makes this not a 7, as did that. I'm going to remove the corner mark from there. Oh, one of these is a 9, and that's going with a 4 in the next door cell. The other one is going to have to be... No, it could be 2 going with 8. That could be 3. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sidetracking myself a bit here. 2 and 3 can't be there. Oh, these digits can't be from 7, 8, 9, which have gone in the box, or 1, 2, 3, which have gone in the column. So they're from the middly digits, 4, 5, 6. The 1 in the box is in one of those two. Not quite sure what that does for me either. 7 is in one of these cells. Not very interesting. I feel like I'm just missing a bit of information. Maybe I haven't tried to use the gold coins. This is the one I haven't pencil marked. Seems to be 1, 3, or 9 based on the odd digits it can already see. It's probably a whisper thing, isn't it? If that was 3, this couldn't be 7. Oh, I see. Whichever one of these... No, I don't know. Whichever one of these is a 3 is not touching a 7 in... So if that was a 3, this is the only 7, 8, 9 digit it's not touching. So if that's a 3, that's a 7. And if that's a 3, one of those two is a 7, because that can't be. So this can never be a 7. Is that right? This can never be a 7, because if it was, that would be 2, and that would be 3, and this 7 would have forced 7 there. Wow, that's quite complicated, but it's very neat. That is 8 or 9. That's the same digit as this one. 7 is definitely in one of these two cells. And whichever one, I don't know. 4 there or there. Don't know the answer to that. This one is 2, 3, 4, or 5. It's all that's left in the column. Yeah, I'm still not exactly flying through the rest of this, but that was a very neat deduction. It gave me an 8, 9 pair in the middle row. Is that doing something? Oh, I was going to say 3 in the middle row must be in one of those, but actually it could still be on the far right. 2, 1, 7. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm straining a bit here. Not really getting through. I don't think this side of the 4-leaf clover is where we've got the breakthrough coming. I've got these 8, 9 pairs in these central, or in the sort of inner and outer parts of boxes 7 and 9. Oh, what am I missing? One of those is definitely a 5. I've got to consider, oh, the gold coins. I've got a 7 looking at that cell, which can't be 1, 3, or 5 in its row. That is it. 9 there, 8 there. That's going to sort out these 9s and 8s down at the bottom. They're all done. Now, this can't be 4 anymore, so that's 3. That's 4. Now, does that do anything else? Up the middle, that's a 4. We've got a 3, 5 pair in this top box. Then one of those is a 4. 9's over that side, we knew that already. Now, what else have we got? Oh, we've got 9 there, so this is 8. That means one of those, that's a 7, 9 pair, that's 8. I don't know that this has sorted out the 2, 3-ness of this column. That 8 looks across here, it makes that 9, this becomes 8, that's not 8. 7, 9 pair up there. It's funny how this keeps holding off, doesn't quite give everything at once. One of those two's a 7, that's uninteresting. This 3, 5 pair, they feel like they ought to be resolved, but I can't quite see how. One of these two is an 8, I've just noticed. Got 6 to put in somewhere in those 4 as well. Okay, keep looking at the gold coins. 1, 3 or 5 there. That can't be 9 anymore over the left side. So that's 1 or 3. And that's a 1, 2, 3 triple in the row, and that makes this other gold coin a 5. Now that feels like it is going to help. There's a 2, 3, 4 triple. So this pair is now a 5, 7 pair. This is now a 4, 6 pair. And what does that mean over here? There seems to be only one place for 1 in box 3. So that's going to go there. 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. Losing its religion. And we get a 5 there and a 3 there. Keeping on colouring as though it was going to help. Again, 5, 1, 2, 3, 7 there. Not sure, but that 3 in the corner has put 4 in the other corner. That knocks 4 off this bulb, which also can't be 3, which I probably should have noticed before. That 1, 2 pair looks across the grid and places 3 and 4. I get a 2 in the central box. I hope I'm not going to suddenly succumb to a fit of coughing, which I have to edit out, but I could well be. Here it comes. There we go. Apologies for that. And I'm back with you. 5, 3, 9, 1, 2 pair, 8 in one of those. Oh, this is now a 6, 4 pair. In fact, we know the order. This is a 7, 8 pair. They get colours. 7, 8, 5, 6. This is 1, 2 or 3, and it has to be a 2. It's a sort of naked single now. That's going to fix 1 and 3 in the box. That does 1 and 2 in the columns. These are from 5, 7, 9. I could do those if I could type. That's going to place 9 here. That's going to sort out digits over this side. Whisper actually should have told me that. This is 4 or 6. Let's get rid of the corner marking there. These are from 4, 6, 8. Probably should know more than I do already. 1, 2, 6, 9, 3, 4. That is an 8. This is 5 or 7. The 8 looks up there and deals with a lot of this stuff. There we go. Lovely. That's going to do the 7, 8s. What a nice puzzle. Absolutely a treat for St. Patrick's Day there. We get a 3 and a 6. And before I put the last digit in, I will finish off the colouring because some people feel like they need that. Those go blue, and that's a 3. Apologies if I happen to have miscoloured anything, but that's the solution. And there we go. Feeling lucky, and I feel lucky to have had a chance to do a nice puzzle like that today. Happy St. Patrick's Day if you celebrate it, or even if you don't. I hope you've had a nice day. Congratulations to the Irish rugby team who won the Six Nations again yesterday. And I will see you for more tomorrow on Cracking the Cryptic. Thanks for watching and bye for now.